Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a case that has sent shockwaves through South Africa as law enforcement community and left many citizens questioning the very fabric of our justice system. It's a story involving an alleged car theft kingpin, a surprisingly lenient sentence, and a connection to a high-ranking police official. This isn't just a local crime story, it raises serious questions about accountability and justice in our country. The man at the center of this storm is James Stuart Scharnick. For years, law enforcement has viewed him as a major player in the world of vehicle theft and hijacking, a so-called kingpin operating with a level of sophistication that has frustrated police efforts. He was facing a staggering 18 serious charges. We're not talking about petty theft here. The list includes hijacking, robbery, and organized crime, offenses that carry significant jail time. Given the severity and the number of charges, everyone, especially the police officers who worked tirelessly to build a case against him, expected a sentence that would reflect the gravity of his alleged crimes. But what happened in court left many speechless. Instead of a long prison term, Scharnick received what many are calling a slap on the wrist. Police sources in KwaZulu-Natal have expressed their utter disbelief and frustration. They are openly questioning how someone accused of being a master criminal, linked to a vast network of vehicle theft, could walk away with such a light sentence. This outcome has been described as a major blow to the morale of officers on the front lines, who risked their lives to bring suspects like Scharnick to justice. The case becomes even more complex with the mention of a prominent name, Shadrack Sibiya. For those unfamiliar, Sibiya is a top cop, a well-known figure in South African law enforcement. The alleged connection between Scharnick and Sibiya has added a whole new layer of intrigue and concern to this case, while the exact nature of their ties is still being scrutinized. The mere suggestion of a link between a senior police official and an alleged crime boss raises deeply troubling questions. Is this a case of corruption, a failure of the justice system, or something else entirely? Let's break down what we know. The investigation into Scharnick was extensive. It involved multiple units and countless hours of police work, tracking stolen vehicles, gathering evidence, and connecting the dots of a complex criminal enterprise. These operations are dangerous and resource-intensive. The officers involved believed they had a rock-solid case that would put a major dent in organized vehicle theft in the region. You can imagine their shock when the court's decision was announced. It's like running a marathon, thinking you've crossed the finish line in first place, only to be told your efforts don't really count. This sense of frustration is palpable among the KZN police. They feel their hard work has been undermined. A lenient sentence for a high-profile suspect sends a dangerous message to other criminals that the risks are low and the rewards are high. It can embolden criminal syndicates and make the jobs of police officers even more difficult and dangerous. It also erodes public trust. If a so-called kingpin can get off lightly, what hope is there for justice for the average citizen whose car is stolen, or who becomes a victim of a hijacking? Hijacking and vehicle theft are not victimless crimes. They are violent, traumatic events that can leave physical and psychological scars for a lifetime. Families are torn apart and communities live in fear. For many South Africans, their vehicle is their most valuable asset, essential for work and family life. The organized syndicates behind these crimes are ruthless, and their impact on society is devastating. That's why the pursuit of justice in cases like this is so critically important. The link to Shadrack Sibiya is perhaps the most explosive element of this story. When a name of that stature is connected to a case like this, it inevitably leads to speculation about corruption within the police force itself. It's important to state that these are allegations, and the full details of the connection are yet to be revealed. However, the perception of impropriety can be just as damaging as the reality. It creates a narrative that there might be powerful people protecting criminals, a rotten apple scenario that taints the entire police service. This is incredibly damaging for the thousands of honest, hard-working officers who serve with integrity. This case forces us to ask some hard questions. Was the prosecution's case weak? Was there a failure in the investigation? Or did something else happen behind the scenes that led to this unexpected outcome? The public deserves answers. We need transparency from the National Prosecuting Authority and the police leadership. Why was this particular sentence deemed appropriate? What evidence was presented and how was it evaluated? Without clear and convincing explanations, suspicion and conspiracy theories will only continue to grow. The fallout from this sentence is significant. It could lead to a decline in cooperation from the public, If people believe that criminals will not face the full might of the law, they may be less willing to come forward as witnesses or provide information to the police. It also puts a strain on the relationship between the police and the judiciary. The police investigate and arrest, but it is the courts that convict and sentence. When there is a disconnect as dramatic as this, it creates friction and mistrust between the vital pillars of our justice system. This case is a perfect example of why public oversight and a free press are so essential in a democracy. It's through reporting and public discussion that these issues are brought into the light. It's our collective responsibility to demand accountability and to ensure that justice is not just done, but is also seen to be done. The fight against organized crime is a long and difficult one, and it requires a justice system that is strong, independent, and unwavering. What are the potential next steps? There could be appeals. The state could seek to challenge the sentence, arguing that it is inappropriately lenient. There will likely be internal investigations within the police service to look into the alleged links between Scharnick and Sibiya. These investigations must be thorough and transparent to restore public confidence. For the police in KZN, they have to pick themselves up and continue their work, but it is hard to do so with the feeling that the system they serve might be failing them. This story is far from over. As more details emerge, we will continue to follow it closely. It touches on some of the most pressing issues facing South Africa today: crime, corruption, and the integrity of our institutions. It serves as a stark reminder that the battle for a safe and just society is an ongoing one, and it requires vigilance from all of us. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think the sentence was too lenient? What does this say about our justice system? Let me know in the comments below. Your perspective is incredibly valuable as we try to make sense of this complex and troubling situation. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.